So I have 7:15 on a Wednesday, uh, February 23rd on my agenda. I'm going to call the Westfield Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. Um, on the agenda this evening, we have the hearing for Little River Road, which I believe we're going to continue, given that we are waiting on a site plan approval from the petitioner. We will take public comment this evening, and then continue the rest of the matter, hopefully until March 23rd. That works for the petitioner and all the other board members, so we can have a quorum. Is there anybody here for something other than Little River Road this evening? No. Okay. So in Jay, there's no application to accept, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just waiting for Christine to get on because I will need her to open the public hearing. And then we'll review and accept. I'm going to skip that for the interim. I know Christine Webster's logging on currently, so we can open the public hearing on Little River Road. I'm just looking at the other items on our agenda this evening. Is to review and accept applications, which there's none. Minutes, which we can address after we do the public hearing, and yeah, then other. Christine, are you the iPhone located on the Zoom call? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I will start by introducing ourselves. I'm Chairperson Sullivan. Jen, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Jen Gilbert, an alternate.
And Christine.
Christine Webster, member.
Okay. So on our agenda this evening, we have the application on Little River Road. The petitioner has sent a request for a continuance, given that they want to submit a site plan approval. That will go to Jay, and he'll submit that to us for review. But we still want to take public comment for this evening, given that the public hearing was scheduled for such. So I'm going to, with regard to anybody that wants to comment in favor or against the public hearing or the petition for on Lower Road, is there anybody here to speak in favor or against? No.
Yes, I'm Jessica Ridley, 17 Violet Circle.
Thank you.
I wanted to just speak against it. My property, if I'm in my backyard, I would be looking at this pretty much what he's asking to put another house in, because my last house was under 1,800 square feet. I've put a lot of money into my backyard. We have an in-ground pool. It's quiet. It will not remain that way, and nor do I want to look at a structure. Right now, we're fine with the country store. But to have another structure like that would take away from Violet Circle. I know all of the neighbors feel the same way. I also know when you're looking at ice cream places, whether it's Malicious, any place, the Granville Scoop, different towns I get, but you're talking about a lot of parking, and there's no parking to even that would be able to support what he wants to have there. And then, being the little cul-de-sac that's right across the street, you're going to have people pulling in this road. It's just going to have a lot more traffic. It's not an area, in my mind, and also all the neighbors' minds that I've spoken to support this type of business. There is a lot of space in the store right now. If you wanted to sell ice cream out of, that's fine. But to put another structure to the right of the existing store, it's just going to take away from our neighborhood that we would like to keep a neighborhood.
Sure. And just so I understand, I have the map pulled up in front of me, but so when you say your relation to the convenience store, which you're directly across the street on the new development cul-de-sac, directly across the street. Is that correct?
I am not, I'm one house in, but yes. So my backyard right now, if you're standing in my backyard, because the way the neighbor's house is, I would just have a clear sight line to this new structure he wants to put in. So, our neighborhood my backyard, no matter, it's not going to be just a country, a residential backyard anymore. We've done, like I said, we've done a lot to keep our little street on Violet Circle to be, a small little quiet street. And then the building of all this, everybody seems to think any building that goes around the area, that Violet Circle is a place to just dump their trucks. And, so you have all that construction. I'm not sure really, he's really thinking of putting room for parking because you can't go behind the store. There's wells back there. It's just, like I said, this area, this community is not set up to have this type of business in it. The country store is fine. We support the country store, but to have a bigger business, he needs to do this more, go towards the center. I mean, into Westfield a little bit.
Sure. No, I understand that. And certainly appropriate facilities will be provided if any relief was granted. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the structure prior to it being burned down, but it did have a deli and an ice cream window built onto it.
I am aware of what it was, but it was not this size. He built the store now to mirror the footprint that it was prior to it burning down. He has the same square footage. So if he wants to sell the ice cream out of it, when you walk in the store now, half of, a good portion on the right-hand side, he's not utilizing it all. It's not that we're saying don't sell ice cream, but to put in an 1,800 square foot building adjacent to the existing store is going to drastically take away from our neighborhood and will affect our property value big time. Nobody's going to want to live across from that, especially during the time when we're out in our backyard, enjoying it is in the evening, on the weekends mostly. And that's kind of when this business is going to probably be more frequented by people, is in the evenings and on the weekends.
Noted. Do any of the Christine or Jen have any questions for this current?
No, I don't have any questions. I've just, taken into consideration. I did see the letter that they submitted, and I'm going to do a little looking at some of that stuff.
Certainly. Okay. So thank you very much, Jessica. With that said, we're going to move on to further comment for the petition this evening. I know we're most likely going to continue this because we need further comment from the petitioner with regard to a site plan. If we were to ever grant relief, we would require that. So, Jessica, note that we're not going to be closing the public hearing or deliberating this evening. We're going to be continuing it to March 23rd is when we're hoping to have the further public hearing on this and hopefully deliberate at that time. It will still be a public hearing, so we can take further comment. But we obviously want to have all of the, if we were to ever grant relief, get the full site plan from the petitioner that we would conditional relief on. And just simply can't at this time, we won't be able to have it to consider this evening. So we're going to continue it. So have that in mind.
Yeah, I do have a question. I had known that this was going to be continued before going into the meeting. So I didn't even know I was going to be speaking tonight. I just thought it was going to be continued.
Yeah, we just wanted to, in case anybody was here for the record, we wanted to note it for the record.
Sure.
It's not fair to open a public hearing or schedule a public hearing and then not take comment or plan for something that can't be here. So we're having everything reflected for the record and
so I can still submit something in writing as well, correct?
Sure, absolutely. It's being continued both for the petitioner or anybody else that wanted to submit things in favor or against. We just obviously, if I would never feel comfortable granting relief for something based on a site plan that I haven't seen. So we are continuing it for a site plan to be submitted to us for review. But we'd obviously, out of respect for everybody that showed up this evening, we want to be able to consider their concerns or, that they were in favor of. Note that for the record, so that everything's reflected going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So I'll continue to open the floor. Is there anybody speaking in favor or against the application on Little River Road?
This is Donna Carmel.
Thank you, Donna. If you could just state your name and your address for the record, And
My
then,
name is,
you know,
my name is Donna Carmel. I live at 399 Little River Road, right next door to the country store. Literally right next door. Our windows look over the parking lot. We do have big problems, issues with them doubling the size of the store, because it will add extra traffic and noise. We're already experiencing cars who sit there in the summertime idling, and the exhaust fumes do flow into our window, and I kind of have some health issues with that. Also, the semi trucks that park out front, sometimes I can't see to get out of my driveway. They do have a dumpster next to the window that gets emptied at 3 a.m. So it feels like I never left Brooklyn, New York. It's at the point where you add too much to a small place like that, and it's just going to get much, much busier and noisier. And seeing that we're just a mile away from 10 restaurants, it's kind of like, what's the need? Why? So we do have some issues with definitely the noise and the increase of people. We have people on our lawn. We have scratch tickets on our lawn. We practically live in the store sometimes, it feels like. And we had no communication from them about any of this, what's going on. So I'm surprised that they didn't say anything. And I've been over there a couple of times about, having a tree out and letting them know about it. So it's not like we haven't been over there. So, we're just set against having this expansion. And also, if it's going to be rezoned into business, there's no way that should happen, because it could end up being, a baby strip mall or something like that. And this being residential, somewhat struggling agriculture around us, but I think it needs to stay residential, in my opinion. And that's all I have to say.
thank you very much. That is noted for the record. Appreciated. Is there anybody else to speak in favor or against the application on Little River Road?
I just want to note that there were 3 emails I received that forwarded to the board, so you should have had those.
Yep, I do have those. I was going to read those into the record on when we continued it too, so that we didn't have to drag on this evening, because we will certainly have to have the hearing when the petitioner speaks on the 23rd. So I planned out to read those into record, or certainly summarize those to, I'll note that there's 3 emails. I believe I read 2 of those, and they were against the application. It was the third one also against the application, Jay?
I would say generally they were, yeah.
There you
leaning
go.
toward
So
you.
I'll note that for this evening, that I plan to read those onto the record in some shape or fashion on March 23rd, when the petitioner can address them, and as well as address everybody else's concerns this evening. We just wanted to create, obviously, a record of all of everything that was everybody's concerns that was appeared this evening for the public hearing. With that said, acknowledging the 3 emails that may have been against the petition, as well as everybody here this evening that spoke either in favor or against the petition. Is there anybody else that needs to add comment to the petition on Little River Road before we continue the public hearing, where we will hopefully have the site plan? Jay, does the site plan become available on the website for everybody to review, or is that only for our privy?
If we get it in time, we can post it.
Okay, that would be useful. I think so. In case anybody has further comment, that would be great. Obviously, very substantial for our considerations as well. Anything else Christine or Jen wants to add on this before we continue? I would like to continue it this evening.
I don't have anything else to add.
Okay, I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing on Little River Road till March 23rd. And just to be clear, Christine and Jen I'll need both of you on that meeting. You're both available for then?
I am.
Yeah, I am as well.
So I'll make that motion then.
I'll second.
All those in favor, Chairperson Kick Sullivan, aye. Christine
Aye.
and Jen.
And
Um,
just for people listening, it'll be the same Zoom link call-in number that was used tonight.
Thank you very much, Jay, and everybody else here this evening. We're going to move along. So we'll hear the remainder of this public hearing on March 23rd. There should be a site plan submitted to us. I'm hoping that will become available to the public. Jay, how would that be sent on? Would that just be available online on the application, or if anybody wanted to try to view it prior thereto, what's the best route?
We get a lot of things digitally, so I assume that's how it may come in. We may get a paper copy for City Hall, but I'll try to get it posted as soon as we receive it.
Okay. So the website be a great
Right.
source of information. You can always contact the planning department if you have further question, if they've received something that should be considered. And I appreciate everybody's comment this evening. But with that said, we're going to move along, and I don't believe that there is any other applications to be accepted. There is no other public hearings this evening. Christine and Jen, are you comfortable approving the minutes for the previous meetings this evening, or do you want me to postpone that until Sophia's here?
I'm comfortable. I reviewed them. They're fine.
Same. I would make a motion to accept the minutes that were sent to us by Christine. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Christine, all those in favor, Chairperson Kick Sullivan, aye. Christine? Christine? And-
Aye.
And Jen? Jen? Did I get
My mic isn't picking me up. Aye.
Sorry. No,
Not that good.
no, it could be me too. So I believe that carries us to, if there's any other items that the board wants to discuss this evening. I don't have any, just Jen or Christine or Jay.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I assume you're going to postpone the chair election again.
I think we've been waiting to have when Christine and Jen and Sophia have all been here, so I will postpone again. Though I'm more than happy to accept, but I will postpone.
I nominate
until- I will accept, but I will postpone until we have a full quorum. And so I guess with that, I will make a motion to, unless I'm forgetting anything, Jay, I think I can make a motion to adjourn, correct? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, Chairperson Kick Sullivan, aye. Christine
Aye.
and Jennifer.
Aye.
Okay, so I will see.